Hey everyone, Jake Weisler from FullTimeFilmmaker.com, and here's why every wedding videographer should be shooting wedding time lapses. So one of the first things I do when I show up to my weddings is I shoot a time lapse. I try to get 2 or 3 done in that day, usually one at the beginning of the day to show the venue getting set up and getting ready, and then one usually around sunset to show the sun setting and to show the clouds flying by over the venue and also the stars starting to come out of the sky. I used to shoot my time lapses on tripods, but the RS2 allows you to do time lapses but with added movement. So with my camera setup, I can program the RS2 to move throughout the time lapse to different A and B points. So for example, here we're shooting this gorgeous venue out here on the ranch, and I wanted the first shot to be down low, kind of shooting the grass as the opening shot. And then as the time lapse goes on, it pans up to reveal this gorgeous, stunning venue as the clouds are flying by it, as the sun is setting, and as the stars are starting to appear. Like anything in filmmaking, adding movement to your shots really helps separate you from your competition and really adds another sense of dimension to everything you take. So why shoot time lapses? Why should you take a few minutes out of every wedding to make sure you capture a beautiful time lapse? You're hired as a wedding videographer to make their wedding day look even better in the video than it did in person. When you deliver that final film and they watch it back for the first time, they want to watch your film and think, wow, I don't remember it being so perfect. That's your job. That's kind of the responsibility we have on our shoulders as storytellers when we're capturing the most important days of people's lives. And showing stars in the background or clouds flying by and the sun setting, all those things are moments that they didn't see on their wedding day, but now they get to watch as a part of their wedding film. And those shots don't just stand alone, they help enhance the wedding film. Which brings me to my second point of why I always shoot time lapses, and that is for transitions. With a wedding film, it's no different than like shooting a movie or editing a movie, right? You need to take the audience from one point to another point, and everything in between is their wedding day, is their story. That's your job. That's the bare essence of what a wedding film should be about. The thing with weddings is though, there's so many scenes throughout the day. There's so many events, different times, different things happening, and it's hard to really pace it well. And so for me, time lapses act as that transition. For example, there's always this time right after the ceremony when the sun is setting and the bridals are done, where it's just cocktail hour, right? And people are just eating and drinking, and the bride's getting a refresh while the venue is being swapped for the reception time. There's really nothing to do. In the video, it's gonna go from this bright, gorgeous ceremony to all of a sudden being nighttime at a reception. And I wanna help transition the film, the storyline, to get to that point. And so showing a time lapse, like we're shooting right now, of the sun is setting, the mood is dying down, we're changing scenes, we're changing environments, we're changing the mood, the vibe, into something completely different. And that is the evening part of this really important day, because the reception is almost half of the wedding, if not more than half, right? And so you want to kind of give it its moment, right? You want to transition and let the audience know we're kind of going away from the bright wedding ceremony emotional part, and we're moving into a party. And this isn't just transitioning from day to night. This can be for anything, right? Sometimes I'll use this as a transition out of the video. So a few of my final shots at this venue have been just the stars flying in the background, right? As the wedding is coming to a close, the night is over, they've left the party. Sometimes I just want to transition from one event to the next. Like for example, we shot a wedding where it was all in the same room. The whole venue was one room, and they were flipping the ceremony set to now be the reception set. And so all the tables had to be flown out and brought in with new tables, new chairs, new decorations. And so instead of just sitting there waiting for it to be done, I threw up a camera and filmed a time lapse of the venue being flipped. So your time lapses should tell a story. Don't just shoot a time lapse for no reason, right? You want time lapses that have movement, that have majesty, that tell a crucial part of your story. In this case, this time lapse is showing the transition from day to night to start the reception, and it's a gorgeous shot of the venue. But that is it, you guys, for why I shoot my wedding time lapses on the RS2 and why I love putting them into every single wedding film I shoot. That's it for today, you guys. If you have any further questions, please let me know.